Man, tensions are rising, folks are fighting because this side doesn't agree that this person should be leader, this side doesn't agree this person should be leader. Uh-huh. You thought I was going to say, but enough about this November, let's talk about House of the Dragon. I would never. Another week, another day in Westeros, another video I bring you talking about the newest episode of House of the Dragon Season 2. Episode 4? No, 3. This is not a show that airs 2 episodes at the same time. No, HBO takes it back. Old school. So I'm going to talk about House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 3. That is a spoiler warning if you haven't seen it. Also letting you know, as always, this is not going to be a play-by-play, but just going to talk about some stuff that stood out to me. Which is funny, because every episode I leave it going, a lot kind of happens, but a lot of it's build-up. This is the formula. House of the Dragon formula. A lot of little things happen that you know are going to lead to something. But generally speaking, we're dealing with an interesting world with fascinating and complex characters that keeps you engaged. Then the last few minutes of the episode happens, the episode ends, and you have that feeling of, well, so shit's gonna change now, right? So I don't know that it will. Great ending nonetheless. In this episode, you absolutely feel the loss of Otto Hightower, who's no longer the Hand of the King. That's been given to Sir Criston Douche, which, to Sir Criston Cole's credit, he does seem to be taking the job more seriously than I thought he would. Still, no Otto Hightower. Rhys Ifans is so good in the show. I just kind of assumed he would still be around, but he wasn't in this episode. Doesn't mean he can't be in later episodes. In Season 1, there was a time where he went away, but then came back. But man, there's no one who really has a hold of that council. The council just, it's disorganized. Otto Hightower, for all of his flaws, was a man who spent years not only scheming, but he was experienced enough to where he could actually give some advice. Also, the king respected him, or at least the previous king did. There's no one there to be like, I say we do this, Your Grace. Alicent Hightower's brother arrives, didn't expect that. He knows. He knows he knows something's up. Not just in that my dad was Hand of the King for years and then he was fired and the job was given to you, so I hate you and I think you're a dick kind of way. But in that he knows the Hand of the King is also the hand in the Queen kind of way. We'll see how that goes down. Daemon also went to Harrenhal to get an army. That's right, when mom and dad got into a fight and dad left, he didn't just go for a drive to get a pack of smokes. No, he went for a drive to get the biggest army in Westeros. That's fair. Good job, Dad. You also see in that one scene where he has a dream or a vision, and you see Rhaenyra younger, you see her, Millie Alcock plays her again. Always a nice return to see the actors of the past come back, be it a dream or a vision. We see that he feels guilty for the death of that little kid. He'll play it off, of course, you know. He'll try to act all hard like, no, this is, it's what happens, you know. Shit happens. But it's affecting him. I like these humanizing moments with these characters. This is really the episode where you see, it's the episode of people trying to manipulate people above them to get what they want. Everyone around Alicent and Rhaenyra are like, all right, war. So let's, when do we get to the killing? But they don't want to just get to the killing. And that one dude, what, Little Toe? I called him Little Toe before I even noticed the foot hobble. And before he was tugging it to Alicent's feet. But it's just, it fits even better at that point. Like Littlefinger, but not quite. Little Toe. But he goes to King Aegon and he's like, if I may, folks are whispering in the streets. He's like, whoa, where are these rumors coming from? Go deal with those rumors. He's like, very well, Your Grace. So he gets in with the king, and the king's like, my dad never saw a need for a master of whispers, which probably should have. Seems pretty advantageous to have one of those. But you are now my master of whispers, which was probably all bullshit. Not saying there aren't rumors about the king. There are always rumors about the king, rumors about leaders. I'm just saying dude was probably making this shit up in particular to get exactly what he got. Because we've all seen that person before. We've seen them in life. The person who tells a bullshit story with the confidence of 1,000 suns, and look at that, it works out for them. But yeah, you don't have to be in a position of power to manipulate people in a position of power to give you power. I do like how the show gives you that uneasy feeling of, I don't actually know what's gonna happen here. Like when King Aegon and the party bros are in that brothel, pulls back the curtain and there's Aemon laying with a lady, the lady who was his first. King Aegon's like, oh, did you do it? Did you do it? Is you good? You know the face Aemon was making? Exactly the face Aemon makes. When you talk shit to Aemon, this is the face you get. Aegon's friends are looking at each other like, this is uncomfortable. The tall one might actually pull his asshole out through his mouth. We should go. Also that scene when one of Daemon's daughters, forget her name, but she was on the dragon. She looks down and she sees sparkly armor. It's Sir Criston Cole and the rest of his crew. And the one guy who definitely doesn't like him. She's like, to engage or not to engage? You know, Let's make like Top Gun and buzz the tower. I was nervous because you don't know how it's gonna go down. It was like, dude, what if one of them has a bow and arrow? I'm not saying for the dragon, but dude, bow and arrow, shoot the rider down, that's it. It's that Fire Emblem PTSD coming in a scene like this. Turns out, yeah, she chases him into the forest, flies off. So the end was when I was like, this is compelling. Feels like it happened 20 minutes after they planned it, but Rhaenyra dresses up as one of the shame nuns and walks in while Alicent is praying in front of all the candles. Did you think of the same thing I did? I thought of Serenity when Mal comes up to Inara, like, dear Buddha, I want a pony. But they're keeping their heads down. Rhaenyra's like, look, I don't want anyone to die. You don't want more people to die. They go back and forth for a bit. And then Rhaenyra realizes what Alicent heard. It's the Song of Ice and Fire. She was pretty much like, my father was just reciting an old story about Aegon, wait for it, not your son, the Conqueror. It was already a case of Alicent hearing what she wanted to hear, but now she's getting clarity. So at this point, she's just in hard denial. I almost feel like she recognizes, yep, I didn't hear what I thought I did, but it's too late now. The ball is rolling, the wheel is turning, the machine is in motion. Moment baby in the crib thing happens, we're here now. There's no real undoing it. Even if I wanted to undo it, it's not being undone. At best, I mean, we're talking at best, a scenario that probably won't happen, but we're saying optimistically, Alicent goes to King Aegon and is like, hey, misheard a story. Oopsie daisy. So what do you say we just end this whole thing and Rhaenyra becomes queen? He's gonna be like, fuck you both. Even if he did agree, even if he was like, you know what, this is a tough burden, just hanging out with my friends all day long and shit. Maybe I want to give this up. He's still gonna be like, my kid is still dead. I have no son, I have no heir to the throne, and I blame her for that. So there's no ending this. I feel like Alicent's gonna bite a stick, stay the course. This is gonna end when it ends. And it ends in blood. But I do always like that when a leader, a king or queen in this case, goes behind enemy lines to talk to the other leader. Reminded me of Troy when the king talked to Achilles. Hope she gets out of there all right now. It's like, oh, that didn't work out. I should probably leave immediately. Because on that long walk out of here, Alicent might realize that the key to ending the bloodshed is, well, to take me out. Yeah, we should definitely go. Let's go. I am curious as to how it's going to go down. I feel like Alicent just has no choice but to take this new information to the grave. What's she going to do? Be like, yeah, I got new information that I misheard my husband. It was actually the Song of Ice and Fire. So, this is all a big misunderstanding. And where did you hear that information? Definitely wasn't the one you see as the usurper who was right next to me and I had a knife and did not kill her. Feel like you might see that as a betrayal to the crown, so it wasn't that. Little Toe, I'll show you my feet if you tell the story with more confidence so they believe the bullshit. Deal? You know the thing I noticed here in this episode, in the intro that I didn't notice before, is that it's weaving new imagery. It showed some events of the previous episode. There's Aegon's baby and the stitching goes across the neck. You see people hanging. It's kind of a cool feeling to see that what we are watching is being embroidered in history. But yeah, another solid episode. House of the Dragon is almost the king of every episode ending on a hook. All right, so House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 3. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.